Hey everybody, Tim Weigel here, and I'm going to give you your market update for the first 19 days of the year. I'm excited to be able to be sharing this data with you. Sorry for a late post, been a little busy this week with the real estate conference, but definitely got some good numbers to share with you. That's going to be exciting and super fun for you to share. So give me one moment as I pull up my screen and be able to share this data. So but other than that, I mean, I hope you guys are having a great start to your week. We're almost at the midway point, hump day. So, okay, we're going to start broadcasting my screen here in a second. All right, you guys should be able to see my screen. Now, with that, we're going to go ahead and flip on over to my PowerPoint that I made for you with the numbers. So, all right, here we are. So, let's go ahead and get this started. This is again the market update for beginning of January 1st through January 19th. My name is Tim Weigel. I am a Watson Realty agent, and I've been doing this for going on 11 years. So let's kick it off with Casselberry. So Casselberry in the first 19 days of the year dropped a little bit on the active, so a little bit of the absorption rate there is showing. We're down to 102 actives. We have 37 pending, which is an increase week over since last week's update by 7. And then solds increased by 12. I'm going to say it's a lot. The solds might seem a little bit low, being that we're 3 weeks into the year, but you also got to remember that the ones that are being sold today probably went under contract in 2024. So, and they're just closing in 2025, which makes a big difference because with all the holidays and everything, people aren't really shopping. The big number to really know to see where we're trending to is going to be the pendings, because these are the homes that are going under contract this year. And they're not necessarily holdouts from last year on there. So, but when you compare the 12 sold so far, we are below the number that we had last year at this time, which was 18. Now, median sales pricing in the city of Casselberry is 287.5, which is a decrease by $2,500 currently. And last year we were at 335. So we could see a little bit of decrease. We are truly in what's called a shifting market. But just because we're in a shifting market doesn't mean it's not a good time to sell or buy. Just you got to be cautious of the market and make sure that you're positioned properly. Now, days on market, we're up to 31 days, which is slightly higher than the 27 days we had this time last year. Now, let's go ahead and move on to Oviedo. And in Oviedo, for the first 19 days, we're at 154 actives, which is an increase. And then we also have 62 pending. So that number is going up. We also increased by 5 sold, which is also still less than what we were last year at this time. However, median sales price was $415 last year. This year it's $610,000. So prices are definitely moving up in Oviedo. And the days on market, because we have a very high end listing sale in Oviedo this year. And it was on the market for a little bit, is 135 days compared to last year at 21 days. Now moving into Winter Springs. Winter Springs actives went down by 1, so we're at 116. 64 pendings, which was an increase of 10. And then closed, we popped up by 4 to 14, which is also still below the 23 that we had last year at this time. Median sales price last year, though, was 423,839. This year, it's currently at 396, which did jump up by $11,000 since last week's report. And then our days on market dropped down by 8 to 45 days. And last year at this time it was 22 days. So Winter Springs, we've been seeing them sit a little longer. Definitely a slowing market. Now we move into Longwood. 177 actives currently. Pending is 69, which is up by 8. And sold is 17, which is slightly below the 23 from last year. Median sales price last year was $420,000, while this year was $505,000. Now, days on market, last year was 12, this year's 43. Now let's jump over to Winter Park. Winter Park thus far, it's 286 actives, with 103 pendings, which is spiked by about 14. Solds was 28, which is honestly about 50% of what they did last year, which was 47. And then sales price, median sales price, about the same at 462.5 last year to 465 this year. And the days on market is also about the same. So really it's trending about the same all across the board, except for the sold factor. The sold factor is a lot less homes have sold so far. Now in Orlando, we're at 3,317 actives with 907 of them pending, 311 sold, which is a far cry from last year's amount sold. And the median sales price was 375, which is higher than last year's at 366.5. And then days on market was 45 days compared to 33 last year. Now, a lot of these, as you can tell, we're pretty much all behind on where we were last year. And there's many factors. One of the big factors that's going to slow it down a little bit when it comes to the buyer component comes straight from the fact that our interest rates in the last week or so have been about 7.1%. So it spiked up. Hopefully that'll start coming down here as the year goes on. I do know different lenders come out with different programs. My biggest recommendation to everyone out there is if you are going to buy a home, shop around the lenders, talk to your realtor to see what promotions or deals are out there. I know at Additions Financial, they can do it right now on a promo interest rate of 6.125. So it's almost a full percent less, and that's a good thing. So, but there are options out there, and there are different products being made available due to the stress that the interest rate's putting on the market. Now let's go ahead and look at the counties. Counties, we have actives of 1556 for Seminole, 5100 for Orange, 3319 for Volusia, and 2747 for Lake. Pendings in Seminole is 476. Orange has 1514, 742 for Volusia, and then 745 for Lake. Now, when we get down to the solds, we got 148 for Seminole, 492 for Orange, 232 for Volusia, and then Lake County is coming in at 230 solds thus far. Now, the median sales price, Volusia is at 336. The next one on that list of median is Lake County at 375, 450. Orange County is coming in at 417.5 thus far in the year, and median for Seminole County is 427.5. So this should give you a good idea of where the counties and the cities locally are trending for you. If you want to connect with me, feel free. You can also leave a comment. I would love to hear from you, get your take on everything that you saw on here. I'll be updating you weekly, and throughout the year, we're going to see where we go with trend lines. As you know, this week it should be interesting to see how the impact happens, because we just switched presidents on Monday. We also had a holiday on Monday, so there's only going to be 4 full days where closings can typically happen, but it'll be nice to see which direction we're moving in. So, and I do expect that we're going to see some volatility in the market as we go through, since we switched presidents, and we're going to start seeing all these different policies that are going to happen. And, you know, it's going to impact some positive, some negative for residential real estate. But at the end of the day, regardless of what president's in office, you will always end up ahead when you invest in real estate in yourself. So hope this helps, and I'll see you all. Talk to you later.